Okay, there he is. What's up, man? Happy waiting for him to come in.
What's up, Robert? You know what
Welcome.
I feel like Trump, when he says he has a press conference and then he's 30 minutes late to the press conference.
You gotta turn your sound. You gotta turn your sound up.
The sound?
Your sound, I can't hear you.
Hold on, where's that?
Your volume button on your phone, maybe? Or do I need to turn my sound up?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Me.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you hear what I said?
Say it again.
I said I feel like Trump, when he has a press conference and he waits 30 minutes just because he can.
That's not why he waits.
Yeah, he's probably scribbling notes.
Trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us who you are and where you're from.
All right. My name's Daniel Levin, from Long Beach, born and raised here in Southern California.
Whoa. You know Snoop?
Oh, yeah. We're best friends. Yeah. We talk all the time.
I don't know you was in the LBC.
That's right.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's all good. Yeah, so that's who I am. I guess, we'll talk about the business. That's kind of the goal here. The company was founded in 1977 by my grandpa. And
your granddad. Wow.
Yeah. So I'm the third generation looking to screw things up.
Well, you see, I always think that if you're like second or third generation, your dad and granddad screw things up, so you can come in. You're kind of handed. You're given a better hand.
Well, yeah, you're given a full house, and you hope you can bet the chips accordingly.
Yes. Okay, so look, we're gonna do some a couple of silly questions. All right. The first one is, what was your favorite subject in high school?
Oh my gosh. Wood shop.
Was it really?
Sure. I mean.
All right. Your favorite food?
Sushi.
Your favorite band?
Favorite band?
Yeah.
Sublime.
All right. Favorite movie?
That's tough. I don't think I can narrow that down.
Okay, give me two good ones.
I mean, you gotta go with Godfather. I mean, those are classics. And we'll do a goofy one, Big Lebowski.
Both good. Your favorite song?
Oh man, I wasn't ready for this kind of pressure. Man, I would need more time for that one. I don't know.
All right. Okay, bike or car?
Car.
All right. Pepperoni or cheese?
Pepperoni.
Beer or wine?
Beer.
Bottled water or tap water?
Bottled water.
All right. Closer to your mom or dad?
Ooh, I hope they're not watching. I've become a lot closer to my dad, obviously, working with him. I work 10 feet away from him every day, but it was my mom, now my dad, and just trying to hang on to my mom as much as I can.
All right. How many siblings?
2 older sisters.
Okay. Do they work in the company?
They both have in the past.
Okay. And I assume they're probably closer to your mom.
Could be, yeah.
Have you ever slept outside overnight sober?
Say that one more time.
Have you ever slept outside overnight sober?
Yeah, I guess camping.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's the correct answer.
Okay.
Well, I do it just because. Have you ever been too drunk to get home?
Probably.
You don't remember.
Exactly.
All right. So, when's the last time you cried?
Oh. Probably losing a family member.
How long ago was that?
About a year ago.
Okay. All right. When's the last time you hugged your dad?
Not for a couple months. Legally, I'm not allowed to. You know?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. All right. So let's get into it. So let's go from high school and tell us your journey and how you got to sit where you are now.
Sure. No, and yeah, I mean, I'm a small part of this this whole organization, but I'll be brief. I went to high school here in Los Alamitos, Southern California. Went up to junior college, played water polo in San Luis Obispo. Transferred down to San Diego State. Met my wife.
So okay, so you played. So you were obviously pretty good at water polo to start at a JUCO and transfer to a Division I.
Well, I stopped playing once I transferred to San Diego State, but yeah, that was kind of.
So why'd you transfer?
Oh, it was a junior college, so I couldn't get a degree there. So I went down to San Diego State, majored in sustainable tourism, not knowing what I wanted to do at all. Thought I was going to be a hospitality man, and ended up meeting my wife down in San Diego. And we both had this kind of, lust for traveling, and both had the, idea that we wanted to live and work abroad. So we took off to China after we both graduated. I lived there for a couple years with her. We taught English at an international school.
Wait, you and your wife decided that you want to get up and go to China.
Yeah.
How old were you?
I mean, this is right out of college. So we're, 21-year-olds.
All right. So, and you went to China and you're teaching English.
Yeah. So that was an amazing experience. We could do a whole episode on that, I'm sure. But it was incredible. I recommend it to anybody and everybody. Everybody should live and work abroad at some point in their life. Just gives you some perspective. But yeah,
especially now, for so long, I've taken pride, and I take pride of being an American, and the fact that we have the best country in the world. And now there's a little asterisk by that.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, we've got some competition nipping at our heels.
Yeah. Well, we more got internal issues than competition, but yeah, that's so it's a whole nother deal. But go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a rabbit hole.
Not going there.
Yeah.
So, okay, in China, you were there for how many years?
2 years.
2 years. So you and your wife are both teaching English.
Yes.
At a high school, elementary school, university?
It's an international school, so it's actually nursery through, high school.
Okay. All right. Now, do you find that they're more disciplined than us?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there's just a general focus on education that you don't find here. I mean, that's kind of throughout Asia, all the Asian countries. They take it very seriously and very disciplined, when it comes to education.
So, okay, when you were there, how many other Americans were there?
I mean, Shanghai is a huge expat population. There's hundreds of thousands. Yeah.
What's up, Ben? All right. Okay, so after you left China, you and your wife did what?
So, well, I can't.
Okay,
I have to mention. I also.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do you know Mandarin?
No, no. I mean, I learned it. We learned enough to get around and kind of negotiate and drive in taxis and all that stuff. But it's a very westernized city. I say it's like the Las Vegas of, China. Like if you went to Las Vegas and you're like, oh, I've seen America, I get it. It's not the real picture
Deal.
of what it is.
Right.
But yeah, so I have to mention I was teaching music there as well to the early years in elementary. I'm not a trained musician at all. So I kind of baked my way through that, but I was singing to crying kids in going into my second year, and I kind of hit a wall, and was really taking a hard look at my life and thinking about, the company and my dad here by himself. And I kind of, there was one day where I was singing to a group of crying 3-year-olds singing. I don't sing. And
What were you singing?
like "You Are My Sunshine" and all the nursery rhymes that probably "You Are My Sunshine" for the 1,000th time. But like I just had this calling that I needed to come home and help my dad, just with whatever he needed help with,
Maintain a legacy.
and jump in and start a career, and and just see where it went. It was a temporary deal because in the back of my head, my ego always said, I'm gonna have a career in hospitality and travel the world, because that's the dream, just traveling
Right.
and working. So yeah, so we left, landed back here. That was 7 years ago. So I've been here at GL Veneer for 7 years.
So you're relatively young.
Yeah, I'm gonna be 33 next month.
Okay. All right. So now we're at GL Veneer, right? Now let's get into what is it you all do?
So we do a number of different things. We got our start making cut to size plywood for furniture components, case goods, office furniture. A big industry that we served in the 80s and 90s were, TV cabinets, built-in TV cabinets, the big tube TVs that had, big built-ins. That was, a big part of the business that we did. Desktop furniture, office furniture, all those cubicles, which the ironic thing that's coming back now. Cubicles, cubicles are coming back.
Right, and we could talk about that. And what I was gonna talk about was, by you starting on that end, you have seen the furniture industry change and where it's going from where you started, and now it seems like it's kind of gonna go back there.
Yeah. No, it's an evolving, the manufacturing epicenter used to be the United States, as far as furniture goes. So that was kind of the early years, and then we introduced our flexible sheet veneer product line in the late 90s. This is the paper-backed and wood-backed flexible veneer sheets. Right around that time, the Chinese manufacturing boom was happening, early 2000s. So they came in and swallowed up, all the manufacturing that was in the United States. So we kind of really needed to pivot and offer some, adjacent products. And my dad made live edge furniture when he was 18 years old. He made, a couple hundred redwood tables in the 70s.
Wow.
And he was just kind of a sole woodworker back then, and fell in love with California walnut and the story behind it, and started logging or buying trees up and down California and slicing veneer. So he started slicing veneer with this kind of gorgeous, beautifully, colored and figured wood, and, ate up all, stored all the veneer that he could, and had too much, and then we started selling slabs with that wood. So that was kind of how we moved into the Live Edge product line. It was just kind of a function of diversifying and kind of going back to our roots and celebrating kind of the raw rustic nature of the wood, because veneer by its nature is perfect. It's you know, it's high grade. These are, you know, unique logs. On the other hand, we have, you know, Live Edge products that, you know, really kind of showcase the cracks and the holes and the character,
the imperfections, right?
The bug trails and in the tree. So yeah, it's that's kind of how we developed into the Live Edge product line. But so we have plywood, sheet veneer, and we also have a high pressure laminate division out in Miraloma in the Inland Empire. So we do, and basically all laminates and plywood products, and sheet veneer and Live Edge slabs. So those are our products that we offer now today.
Right. Rick, how many square meters? How much veneer do you all have in inventory? Are you constantly making veneer?
So that's our. It seems like our inventory grows every year. You know, we can't seem to chip away at it. I think, you know, square footage wise, the last time we checked, I mean, we were probably around 25 million square feet.
Wow.
Of veneer.
Wow. So you have a machine that you manufacture, you cut your own veneer.
So veneer is sliced in the Midwest. I mean, there are mills up in the Northwest that peel veneer, but as far as hardwood slicing is concerned, you know, different from the softwood world up in the Northwest, it's all done in the Midwest.
Okay. So if you had a log, would you send it to them to have them veneer it?
Absolutely. Yeah, we've done you know, not the most sustainable supply chain, but we have shipped, you know, many truckloads back east. It just goes back and forth.
Okay.
Because they're the experts, and that's where you have to get veneer sliced back east.
Yeah. So you send it to them, they veneer it and send it back to you.
Exactly.
Okay.
And typically we would go and oversee that custom cutting of that material. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's called quality control. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah.
So does your grandfather still work in the company?
No, he passed away in 2006.
All right, sorry to hear that.
But my dad is still active as ever. Actually, can't keep him from coming in now, even during this whole thing, which we but
that's all he knows.
Yeah, no, he's not. He can't sit at home. He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't know retirement. You know, doesn't want to talk about that. Doesn't have that gene.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you find is your biggest challenge?
You know, this we're a small business, I guess, on the scale of businesses.
Doesn't sound like it.
I mean, media. Let's call it small medium.
How many employees?
Around 100.
Okay. All right.
No, and I think the most challenging thing is trying to implement change. You know, I admire and just don't understand sometimes, you know, these CEOs of major corporations with tens of thousands of employees, you know, the decisions they make and how that affects everyone's lives. But I even in our little world here, you know, change is hard, and initiating that change and growing, and how do you scale, and the pressure of that kind of all the time. You know, it's on you. You can do nothing today, or you can, you know, choose to take action and grow and be forward thinking. And, you know, that, I think the pressure of that to maintain that kind of forward motion is probably the most challenging thing.
When I worked at Four Seasons Hotel, I was there for 20 years. And it's a luxury hotel. They would have training every 3 to 6 months. And they're constantly retraining you on what they want you to do, what their standards are. And there were core standards and what the other standard was. But things would change, and they'd get everyone in. They'd have a week training, and they'd tell you, we're going in a new direction now.
Yeah.
We did this last year. Now we're doing this year. And that took a lot of time.
No, absolutely.
And I think that it's difficult to navigate at this moment what's going to happen, where the business is going to go, and how things are going to turn out. Because we do restaurants, we do offices, and as far as offices goes, if less people are in the office now, then they probably need less furniture.
Right.
So that's a concern of mine. So your dad comes in now and then, and you run the company.
I mean, we both do. I mean, he's as active as ever, and plays a crucial role here. So yeah, I would say we're doing that together.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just like everyone else, you can be effective remotely. Not as effective, but
Right.
It's a new day. You can be present. You can be as present as you want and as involved as you want from a remote location. That's being proved here now. And like you're saying, with the office space, commercial real estate, what's going to happen with these office situations when companies realize the money they're spending, and we can survive keeping everyone at home. Right. I think that's what everyone's kind of talking about right now. How does that affect the real estate market and the office landscape?
Right. And also I think morale too, and having contact with everyone. I mean, as you said, yes, you can be effective at home, but having people on site and having that morale and that energy is what drives companies.
It'll come back to that. It has to. We're humans, and we need that interaction. And
yep, we do.
Yeah, Toyota automated so much to the point where they actually they needed to regress back into. They needed to start putting more humans into different areas of their business because they were lacking that culture, that kind of human component.
Yep.
So yeah, that's not to be ignored as well.
Right. Okay. So, you ready for a tour?
Sure. I mean, yeah. I think we hopefully have a good connection.
Okay.
It's going to be loud out there too. Excuse me.
It's all good.
So I might not be able to hear you, but so the mask thing, I'll just say, for everybody that hasn't gone to work yet, or you just go to the market and put on the mask. Wearing a mask for 10 hours a day when you're out in the shop, I mean, people are in for a rude awakening when they come back to work. I mean, it's not easy, it's not fun, it's not glamorous.
But it's necessary.
When we first started wearing the masks, I was laughing really hard. The idea that you're having a serious conversation, and you might as well be wearing a motorcycle helmet,
Right.
having an intense, serious conversation when you can't see someone's face. It's people are gonna be shocked when they go back to work and find out what the reality is.
Right. It's so funny. Canadian workers, we want to see Pac-Man or woman.
All right. Yeah, we'll get to the Pac-Man. So I'm gonna keep my mask like this, just so you don't have to hear my muffled voice.
And yeah, I mean, if the veneer room is before that, let's stop there too. Take your
Okay.
time.
Sure. So this is the This is the veneer room. We have cross feed splicers,
Can you go in closer or no?
Sure, longitudinal splicers, and that just basically means the direction that the veneer is spliced. So here's veneer coming out of the longitudinal.
Okay.
And so it goes the long ways. The cross feed, the veneer would go through horizontally.
Got it.
So yeah, we splice every face by hand, and we go slow on purpose because what we make is you know, high end and technical and expensive. So I mean, here's some flat cut. That's some A grade teak right there. And these are probably sequence match panels, wall paneling.
Nice.
So yeah, I'd say you know, veneer and plywood is definitely our core business. You know, any given day you'll see, you know, here's a pallet of maple burl.
Wow.
You know, we're every day there's something new going through the shop.
What's your most popular ply veneer that you sell?
Walnut and oak.
Of course.
Yeah, no, it's that's our. You know, it seems unstoppable. The Rift walnut, Rift white oak. It's the, you know, two most available, boring species that there are. So yeah, I guess we just came out of the veneer room there, and this is the shipping area where we palletize everything.
How big is that square footage?
We're in 140,000 feet. So yeah, so we got polished sanders, double end tenoners to trim the panels over there. And this is the 7 foot wide time saver, which I know all of you want to see the Pac-Man.
Woo!
So yeah, I posted a video of this, but it's much slower than the video. If you couldn't tell. But you know, you don't want this thing moving too quickly, you know, because it becomes a hazard.
Okay, so what's the purpose of this?
Oh, so when we have slabs that are you know, 6 feet wide sometimes, you know, we were doing 1,000 flips a year, flipping these slabs, you know, so we could surface both sides. And, you know, this has been on my wish list for, you know, years. And we explored every single, you know, tool and you know, what talked about and researched, you know, what can we use that's going to be effective for us. Looked at pneumatic lifts, you know, suction, that kind of stuff. How do we flip the slab 180 degrees? And really, this is the best tool that we came up with. It just feeds in. It feeds in. It flips it over, and it's that simple.
Wow. So one guy can do this?
Yes. Yeah. This is a one-man operation. But I mean, we would have 5 guys. I mean, we'd have sometimes 8 guys flipping we'd pull everyone over from the sanders, you know, away from what they're doing, and flip a 20-foot slab, you know, every 45 minutes or so. So it really just, it's dangerous. It was a hazard for the material, for the workers,
the people.
And yeah, it was just something that we really needed.
So is that a custom machine?
Yes. Yeah. Custom built.
All right. So you know what I'm going to ask you next, right?
What? How much is it?
Yeah.
I'll tell you this.
Give me a rate.
A unit turner, a brand new unit turner, you know, might be about 50 grand.
So
Right.
you can use your imagination on what the customization of a custom built machine might be on top of that. I'll give you that.
Right. You know, when you talked about all the people flipping it, it reminds me of Mark Jupiter when he's always showing everyone in the shop moving or turning a slab.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, this is here's some of this stuff.
Wow.
This is 8 feet wide at the bottom, 23 feet long.
Oh
You
my
know that
God.
that's 8 feet there. So I mean, the reality,
What kind of wood is that?
that's Claro walnut. So yeah, we might lose service here, but I'll go around the corner and show you the
Yeah.
inventory.
We'll take our chances. Keep it moving.
Keep what?
I said we'll take our chances. Keep it moving.
All right. So this is our kiln dried inventory here of slabs.
Wow. Wow.
Got some cottonwood, eastern black walnut. I mean, there's a few dozen species in this whole mix here. And then
Wow.
got air dried material here. Yeah.
Mark Jupiter says he wants to buy it all.
Who said that? Oh.
Mark Jupiter. Look, he probably can too.
Right. So this is our milling area. We got the L&M chainsaw mill, Lucas mill, and a whole lot of logs that we're neglecting. You know, we just haven't got to yet. I mean, kind of stumps and whatnot. We just did a big cutting push recently, so we're pretty low on logs right now at the moment, but we're just getting into some buckeye burls.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, Alabama, we're working. Give me a couple minutes. We'll get to your question. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I guess I'll keep going.
So yeah, do you ship?
Do we ship?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
All right. And for slabs? Who's your clientele?
So we're a raw material supplier. You know, we would supply anybody that can work with a raw plywood panel or a raw slab.
Okay. You're breaking up a little bit.
In position from the beginning, and you know where we continue to be. My dad fantasizes about making finished furniture, but the reality of it is, you know, our core business here is lasted for a reason. You know, we're able to service you know, the breadth of you know, customers.
Right.
So and not compete with them.
Okay. No offense. You're a nice looking white guy, but turn that camera on. We want to see wood.
I like that.
There we go.
Morning, guys.
Wow.
Yeah, so we got some buckeye burl. This stuff.
Studio A&R, Ryan says, "What's up, Dan?"
What's going on? So we got more air dried material. This is freshly cut
Jeez.
stuff.
Oh my God. Straight porn, buddy. Straight porn.
Well, we have fun. We have a lot of fun. I mean, this is the fun part is milling up all this stuff. I mean, this is what we love to do, you know.
Wow. Look, me and Paul from Canadian Woodworks thought we were milling.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
I'm gonna try and walk as quickly as I can here, keep everyone's attention.
Oh, full attention.
So I'll show you guys a pretty cool little gem that we have. This is a redwood root that was dug up out of the ground, like an archaeological dig. It's probably one of the coolest things we have. It's a redwood root system. I don't know if you can really see
Wow. Yeah. Good Lord.
what this is, but it's 14 feet long and 8 feet wide.
Oh my God. How long have you had it? What's your plans for it?
We've had it for a while now.
Are you gonna put it on eBay?
I mean, it's
Wow.
one of probably the most interesting and unique pieces that we have. We've had all sorts of people come in and, they're gonna sell it, but I think we need an oil tycoon or a Donald Trump to come in and.
Somebody with deep pockets.
Yes, exactly. All right, so I'm walking quickly here.
Okay, so how far back does this inventory date?
We have stuff that's as old as the company. I mean, some material
from your
here.
grandfather.
Yeah, so we've been buying unique logs of veneer for 40 years. So the inventory is kind of, we're choking on it a little bit. We ran out of space a long time ago.
Ben says he'll sell that burl, that root ball. Ben probably could sell that.
I don't doubt it. Ben's a mover. He's a player.
There's no doubt he's a mover and a shaker.
Yeah.
Okay, so since you're there, I'm going to ask you the question Alabama Woodworker asked.
Okay.
Can you talk about the pros and cons to paperback versus raw wood veneer? Could you talk about paperback PSA and two-ply?
Sure.
Why would you use one or the other?
Okay, so raw wood veneer, is probably more difficult to apply. You're gonna be working with material that's a 50th of an inch. It can crack and break. The real benefit you get from a paperback material is that wood has been molded to a backer, and here I'll show you. So it's been molded to a backer.
How many species do you have there?
We have over 200 in
damn
sheep veneer.
ridiculous. That's ridiculous is what that is.
So the veneer is actually broken along the grain, which allows it to be flexed. So that's why we call it flexible sheet veneer. So it can wrap around a contour, as opposed to raw wood veneer, which would break if you tried to do this. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So that is one benefit. It's easier to work with and handle. Wood backed versus paper backed versus PSA is really kind of a woodworker's preference. It depends on what you're doing. The PSA, peel and stick veneer, it's like a sticker, is probably the easiest to use.
Keep going. Yeah, there you go. Wow.
We got some African teak, Iroko there, Clara walnut, and spruce. And
that Clara walnut holds its own.
This is just to showcase a little bit of what the finished product is, because we never had, you look at the stacks of horizontal slabs and it's hard to tell what is that going to look like,
Right.
At least with the raw veneer you can have some idea. I mean, this isn't that sexy. It's just maple, but here's some good stuff.
Wow.
elm burl.
Okay,
Yeah.
so these are your logs that you sent to the Midwest and had milled and they returned.
No. So we'll buy raw veneer from all over the world. Merchants,
Got it.
you know, in Europe and China and South America and Asia. I mean, really all over. Because you know,
So
sorry, go ahead.
how do salespeople call and be like, hey, I found something great, take a look, or do you fly over there and check it?
Both. So yeah, in the veneer world, you would send samples out, so live samples. So you would get, you know, if a log is, you know, 20,000 square feet or something like that, you would get probably 4 or 5 live raw veneer samples from that log. They would mail them to you, and they basically take a leaf every, you know, 5 bundles or so, and they're
Okay. So do you sell the raw wood veneer?
We do now, and that's something that I've kind of introduced here. We've never done that. We're not set up to do it. We're set up to make fancy plywood, but you know, we have such an inventory now that the gluttonous nature of that, you know, it kind of it the raw veneer sales are necessary. I mean, we need to sell raw veneer when we can.
Right. It's another product.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Do you have zebra wood veneer?
Of course.
How many board foot of inventory do you have?
Well,
You said that, 1 million.
we well, it's not board feet; it's square feet in veneer. So
Right.
we have. I mean, we don't have a huge inventory right now. We probably have about 80,000, a couple big pallets of zebra wood,
Okay.
raw veneer. It's 80,000 square feet.
Wow.
All right. So
So are you good enough yet to look at a species and tell what it is without?
I hate not knowing what a species is when I'm looking at it. So, you know, if I can't recognize it, it drives me crazy. I even standing trees. I want to know what every single one is.
No, that's a whole nother thing though.
Yeah.
The tree's a whole nother deal.
Oh, it's a completely different. Yeah. So, yeah, no, I have a long way to go in that department. You know, recognizing what species are.
Right.
Um,
Because you deal with so many.
there's too many. And there's so many lookalikes, and you know, you can guess if something's a mahogany in the mahogany family, and you know, not necessarily know what it is. There's so many that
So
look that way.
roughly how many different types of wood are there in the mahogany family?
Of mahogany?
Yeah.
How many species of mahogany? I mean, I don't know.
Okay. All right.
But there's probably hundreds of lookalike species that look like mahogany. Oh, here's some more finished pieces.
Nice. Nice. Do you have sink or cypress veneer?
No sinker. No.
All right. So
Normal
Alabama
cypress.
woodworker, you mentioned a specific veneer product that's a woodworker's dream. Could you mention that again?
What was I talking about?
Said a veneer product.
A woodworker's dream.
Yeah, that was good for woodworkers to use.
Oh, were we talking about the flexible veneer?
I think so.
Maybe PSA.
Okay. Now, what's that to the left?
So these are maple burl clusters. So these are
Where
maple.
did that come from?
The Northwest. This is big leaf maple. They're stripped. The bark is stripped off, and they are power washed and cleaned up. But these are pretty, you know, impressive just as they are standing. So we have a hard time cutting these.
Yeah, I'm with that. Wow.
Yeah. We get into a lot of random
random things just for the love of wood, you know?
Yep, it's all about the wood.
Yeah. This is our
So
these are our presses. We have 3 single opening presses.
Oh, so you don't have any of those old antique cast iron crank presses, huh?
What, or 5 guys, just 5 guys standing on a unit of plywood? Yeah.
Says, do you sell it a rough and ship to Rhode Island? Yes, he does.
Thanks for keeping up with the comments. I'm trying not to trip
Yep.
over myself.
So how do you get all the bark off the clusters? Pressure wash.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with insects that come in on the logs? Put it in the kiln, fire it up.
Well, that too, and we actually we fumigate our entire kiln dried inventory annually. Annually.
You do what now?
We fumigate. So we take all of that, all the slabs that I showed in the back when we looked down that breezeway. We pull all of those outside, and we're heading back inside now.
Yeah.
We put them all in the front shipping area and throw a tarp over them and fumigate them for 3 days, like you would your house.
Oh.
And this is just so I can sleep at night.
Right. Right. Huh.
Just an added step. You know, we can tell people to, you know, give people reassurance and confidence that the wood's going to be okay. There's never a guarantee. We haven't had a bug problem in a long time, but we will. It's the nature of our business.
It's like the pandemic, and don't throw away the playbook.
There you go.
Because it's gonna happen.
Right.
So that was a lot. And that's the whole point of this conversation, is because you never know what's on the other side of the other person.
Was the connection okay walking around the whole plant?
Yeah.
Wow. I hate when the connection goes in and out.
No, it's pretty good.
It's like a skipping CD. You know, you just got to turn it off when the connection goes in and out.
Right. No, it was great.
Good.
What's up, Bliss Woodworker? Because when making paperback PSA veneer, do you have to do it immediately when cutting the veneer, or can you do it later once the veneer is dry? Can you see that?
So veneer when it's sliced comes out of the vats of water. Logs are soaked in water. They're flitched, cut in half or quartered, and they're put right on the knife. It's a knife, not a saw. So veneer is its own animal. It's sliced like butter, and that knife comes down and slices, you know, up to 3/16 of an inch thick. You can slice veneer, and that goes right into the dryer. It's the only product that, you know, you can mill and manufacture, and it goes through this dryer. It takes about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Because the wood is so thin, it's ready to be used immediately.
Nice.
So you can have a wet log to dry veneer and be laying it up in a matter of minutes. Yeah, in a matter of minutes.
Right.
So that dry veneer is ready, you know, to be spliced and laid up on anything right away. I hope that answers the question.
Okay. So when your grandfather started, did he start with veneer, or did that come when your dad came?
It was yes, veneer. Wood veneer on lumber core. This is before MDF and particle board.
He was putting it on lumber.
Yeah, lumber core. Wow. in the 50s.
Okay.
It worked for
So your grandfather had veneer. Was he doing regular lumber as well?
No. He's always been a plywood man.
Okay. And when did the wood come in with your dad?
When did the
live edge tables in the 70s?
Oh, the live edge table thing was kind of my dad kind of left that behind for a few decades and came back to it.
Okay. All right. Because I guess my question is, at what point did you get to be as big as you are?
There was 5 tenants in this building that I just walked around. I just did a big loop, and we were in the center, and we just kind of slowly expanded into the other areas, just little by little, inch by inch, and we bought the building, which was the best move. It's the reason we're still here, quite honestly. The real estate.
So has the real estate around you changed?
I mean, it's it's insane. So we're in a corridor here from just being a little bit north of the Long Beach port, Los Angeles port, where, you know, the Amazons and FedExes and UPS, all these fulfillment centers, Walmart, you know, they need their distribution fulfillment centers in, you know, these areas close to the port. So they've driven the market up, you know, an insane amount. And I'm sure it's the same every port around the world, you know, trying to position themselves close by so that they can distribute. They don't have to, you know, drive their trucks super far and ship their material. So they've driven it to a whole nother level. I mean, we need to expand and buy more space, and it's very expensive right now.
Wow.
Having a hard time doing that.
So we have a couple more questions. Bliss Woodwork and then Alabama Woodwork.
What type of cores are you using for your veneered plywood? Okay, so yeah, so nowadays the standard is MDF, medium density fiberboard. So that's what everyone uses, particle board, and then probably the best, you know, high grade panel core substrate is veneer core. So Russian birch veneer core, and that's layers of veneer that are glued up with a high grade face and back that you can laminate veneer to. So Russian birch veneer core is probably the top of the line panel. People don't do lumber core too much. If they do, it's a lumber banded panel with MDF or particle board as internal components, like a slab board.
I'm going to pause you for a second.
Sure.
We're at 59 seconds.
Oh,
right. So,
wow, time flies when you're having fun.
Right.
Yeah,
so,
bro.
So do you mind giving us another 20 minutes?
Sure, if you'd like.
All right. So we're going to hop off.
Okay.
Because Instagram will give you an hour, and we're going to hop back on, and then we'll answer the questions, and we'll let you get back to you.
Yeah, as long as there's questions, yeah, I'll stay on.
All right, cool. All right, so we're going to get off and get on.
Cool. See if
I'll
see if I can figure it out.
All right.
All right. Thanks.
Hello. You know, it's I'll wait till you come on. I find it interesting. Wait for Dan to come in. Hey, hello again.
You miss me?
I miss you. Listen, I was thinking it's interesting, right? Because when I put you in because of that Pac-Man machine.
Really?
Everything else was a
that just
bonus.
grabbed your attention.
Yeah, everything else was a bonus. And it's like when we got started, the people that came in or the people that wanted to know about the stuff that affects them directly, which is the plywood and the veneers.
Right.
So this again validates why we should do this.
Yeah, and you don't know where the conversation's going to go. I mean, you could spend days talking about stuff. But I like this style because there's no focus. I mean, you ask the questions that pop into your head, and we all rant about them, and whoever can keep up with that, it's
Right. I got ADD so bad.
yeah, no, it's good. It's entertaining, keeps people interested.
But what I also want to say though is that just from talking to you, you're a great guy. So if there's anyone in the industry who has a question, just shoot him a question and he'll answer it.
Yeah, of course.
So that's the whole thing about building a network, is that everybody benefits and the information is shared.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and there's no, I haven't, been in too many industries, but enough to recognize the unique and special aspects of the woodworking world. The wood industry is full of characters, and it's it's
Correctly stated.
It's the only place where you don't have to wear a shirt and tie, and you can be a lumber tycoon and wear shorts and sandals.
And be somebody, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When I worked at Four Seasons Hotel, I was there for 20 years. And, everyone would dress, people come in dressed. And there's these kids that would come in flip-flops and shorts. And initially you'd be like, does he belong here? Until he orders a bottle of Cristal. So you can never, ever tell.
Yeah.
And
no,
it seemed
totally.
like the more money they had, the more they would dress down.
Right.
So you can never tell a book by its cover.
And also,
Right.
the supplier, competitor, customer relationships, there's some sensitivities there, but probably more than any other industry, it's very incestual, and you do business with your competitors sometimes, and everyone's working together. It's a small industry.
Yeah, Ben talked about that. He talked about how we were in this, and it's okay for us to be friendly. In fact, that he said that most of us have never been on the same job.
No, it's true.
And I thought that was fascinating that he pointed out, because he's right. I mean,
Yeah.
He and I been on a job once, and it was really a job that none of us really wanted.
Yeah.
So where's one of the coolest places your slabs have gone or to be used for?
I mean, there's, they go into celebrity homes. It's a high-end product, so you're going to have people with money buying the slabs. Oh, sorry. So, yeah.
Man.
I think Elon Musk has a table. I mean, there's you could go down the list of celebrities, but we don't need to do that. I think probably
okay,
slabs.
so let's not talk about celebrated people. Let's talk about something that's near and dear to your heart.
Yeah.
Is your wood somewhere, and you're very happy that you were able to acquire this and share it with the rest of whomever?
Yeah. There's a really cool project we were a part of. The Clifton's Cafeteria here in Los Angeles. It's like an old restaurant downtown. They bought a bunch of sequoia slabs. This is a whole different story, but we salvaged a sequoia log a while back and sliced veneer with it, and kept a couple upper limbs and made slabs. So they're not big sellers. Maybe we don't promote them enough, but that wood is timeless and storied, and has all the warm and fuzzies as far as a wood lover is concerned. So yeah, seeing those slabs go into that project, kind of an iconic restaurant with iconic wood, here local, is awesome.
All right, cool.
Clifton's Cafeteria, that's what it's called.
All right, okay.
And it's a big restaurant. It's not what it sounds like.
I was about to say that. Is this like some food kitchen?
Yeah, exactly.
Um, yeah, so I don't think. What's up, Keith? Uh,
Also, I should say, you know, all the individuals that you know go through the process of selecting a slab, you know, you can see the intensity, you know, and watch them fall in love with the raw material, and then you know seeing the finished photos come back, and knowing, you know, I went through the same process with my table, so I can relate, and I sit at it every night, and I just rub my hands on it, you know, while I'm eating, and you know, my wife looks at me like, what are you doing? Every time is like the first time I sit there, and it's such a unique product, and it it's unique that you can connect with it, you know, each time you sit there. So knowing that someone's going through that same process and falling in love the same way I did, and you know, the moments that are shared at those tables are amazing, and that's a really cool part of watching where these slabs go.
all right, cool. All right, so if we don't have any questions, I'm gonna let you get back to your day.
Sounds good, man. I was gonna ride till the wheels fell off. Let's do it.
All day, every day. What is your base price for a walnut slab, natural edge, or square foot? Yeah, that's. I think for all of us, it's based on the grain, the length, the width. It's fluid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think all of the I think that's it. So again, thank you very much for your time.
My pleasure. Yeah.
We appreciate you having us and showing us around this amazing shop. For everyone who came in late, we get a shop tour, and it's on the conversations page, IGTV. You can see the walk around. We have another conversation tonight with DIY Huntress, and next week is going to be great as well. So thank you, brother.
Awesome, Robert. Thanks so much. And yeah, looking forward to talking soon about whatever we can do together. So
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm sure we'll talk soon.
Yep.
Thanks,
Tell
everybody.
Snoop I say what's up.
We'll do. We'll do.
All right, brother. Thank you.
All right, take care.